Understanding the importance of ideological blindness. Ideological blindness can be understood as a dual-edged concept insofar as it acknowledges two distinct but interrelated phenomena. On one edge, it asserts that for modern sustainability designs to be truly effective, they must remain free from any preconceived ideological framework that could limit their potential or relevance to diverse contexts. Sustainability, as a complex, systemic, integrated, and adaptive challenge, demands solutions that are flexible, adaptable, and grounded in empirical evidence, rather than constrained by rigid ideological dogma. To impose ideological constraints on the development of sustainability models risks overlooking critical local factors. Creative solutions, and alternative approaches that might otherwise yield better results. On the other edge, ideological blindness also recognizes that individuals or groups deeply entrenched in ideological positions can become blind to the inherent limitations of their beliefs. People driven by a particular ideology often view their perspective as the only correct or valid one, assuming their worldview is universally applicable and indisputable. This ideological certainty often leads to an inability or unwillingness to critically engage with opposing viewpoints, effectively preventing meaningful dialogue, compromise, or growth. Those who are ideologically blind often fail to recognize that their beliefs may be shaped by biases, selective reasoning, or incomplete information, and they resist any questioning or challenge to their worldview. This creates a closed loop where the very nature of the belief system precludes the acceptance of alternative perspectives, thereby inhibiting progress or adaptability in addressing complex issues such as sustainability. Thus, ideological blindness encompasses both the idea that sustainability solutions must be ideologically neutral to remain effective, and the recognition that those who adhere to fixed ideologies are often oblivious to the limitations of their own positions. This dual aspect of ideological blindness highlights the tension between open, adaptable problem solving and the rigidity of ideologically driven perspectives, underscoring the need for openness to diverse viewpoints and critical self-reflection in the pursuit of sustainable solutions. Understanding both sides of ideological blindness is critical for the creation of sustainable development programs in the modern age, as it allows for the identification and mitigation of biases that can inhibit effective program design, implementation, and evaluation. Ideological blindness, in this context, refers to the inability to recognize how fixed belief systems or unexamined assumptions influence decision-making processes. When developing sustainable solutions, such blindness can lead to the imposition of external ideologies onto local contexts, potentially disregarding the specific cultural, social, and environmental dynamics that shape a community with its needs and capacities inside the local context. By recognizing the influence of ideological blindness, program developers can adopt a more reflective and adaptive approach. This begins with acknowledging that no single ideology or framework possesses universal applicability. Sustainable development challenges are inherently complex and systemic in nature, and often vary significantly between regions and communities. Ideologies that prioritize specific economic models, governance structures, or social norms may fail to account for these variations. Programs that emphasize rapid industrialization as a pathway to economic growth might overlook the environmental degradation and social disruption this approach could cause in ecologically sensitive or culturally traditional areas. By critically evaluating and questioning all the assumptions underpinning their strategies, developers can avoid these pitfalls. Furthermore, addressing ideological blindness fosters a more inclusive approach in program development focused on civic participation and the benefit to the individual and the family through a collective benefit for the community. Engaging local stakeholders in meaningful dialogue and discourse regarding decisions allows for the incorporation of a wider range of more diverse perspectives and knowledge systems, thereby ensuring that programs are responsive to the lived realities of the communities they serve. Localized knowledge often provides valuable insights into sustainable resource management, community cohesion, and adaptive resilience. However, such knowledge may be marginalized or dismissed when external ideologies dominate the development process. Acknowledging and countering ideological blindness ensures that these perspectives are not only heard but also integrated into the program and its foundation, enhancing both relevance and sustainability. Ideological blindness also underscores the importance of iterative learning and flexibility in sustainable development programs. Fixed ideological frameworks often resist change, even when confronted with evidence that suggests the need for adaptation and the integration of more expansive, even more accepting ideas. Recognizing this limitation allows program developers to create mechanisms for continuous feedback and adjustment. This process involves defining metrics of success, monitoring outcomes, evaluating efficacy, and being willing to revise strategies based on empirical data rather than adherence to preconceived notions. Understanding ideological blindness also contributes to ethical accountability in sustainable development. When ideological frameworks are imposed without critical examination, they can perpetuate inequities or create new forms of dependency. Programs that prioritize market-based solutions might exacerbate disparities in wealth and access to resources if they fail to address structural inequalities. By identifying and addressing the biases inherent in their approaches, developers can ensure that programs uphold principles of fairness, justice, and equity, which are central to the broader goals of sustainability. The capacity to recognize, understand, and adequately address ideological blindness is essential for creating sustainable development programs that are contextually appropriate, inclusive, adaptable, and ethically sound. By recognizing and questioning the influence of fixed belief systems, program developers can design solutions that are better equipped to navigate the complexities of the modern world, fostering localized resilience and long-term sustainability in a vast array of diverse, even divergent communities around the world.
Please like, share, subscribe, and comment below. Music by Hatman.